standard and of a level that would produce the kind of the potential and possible sources of funding to put setting up tertiary institutions. I wouldn't
All right. So my name is Reva Ogo. I'm the Chief Executive of Peniel Doxa Consulting. Incidentally, Peniel Doxa Consulting is a Ghanaian company, Nigerian company, and also a UK registered company. And by that, we have the opportunity to work across a couple of countries, providing, training services, consulting services, project management services. That also includes monitoring and evaluation for specifically for the non-profit sector, non-governmental organizations and social enterprise organizations, across sub-Saharan Africa mainly. And today's session will just look very quickly into what we will consider to be, just the approach, or rather the proper approach, to getting, adequate funds, and finance, to ensure that our social impact projects are online, so to say. So let's start right away. Let's start right away. By looking at, what, of course, our social impact projects would entail. I would just say there that the prospects for our portfolio of social enterprises, come from a vast field of compelling ideas and dedicated leaders. Your project success depends mostly on the capabilities of the founder leader and the scalability of the model and the potential impact of the organization on the world. Right now, there are quite a couple of challenges in most of our sectors. We'll be looking at those sectors very soon. Some of those sectors are actually what we would say are derived from the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, and that basically, gives more or less the kind of impetus, to carry out, some of the projects which our organizations might be about. Some of you might be with schools, educational institutions, and by that we're looking at, especially the tertiary institutions. Some of you might just be, working, directly with non-governmental organizations. Others, in some other non-profit areas, or even, pure social enterprise, where you sometimes make profit for purpose. You understand? So your social impact projects have the power, of course, to make the world a better place, to create new jobs, advance, diversity, equality, and inclusion, and provide essential infrastructure, enhance education, and improve public health and safety. Everyday projects help the world to take one more step towards achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. But such changes, of course, they don't happen by chance. To truly make a difference, organizations must examine the social impact of their projects from the start. Only then, with meticulous planning and tracking, can organizations deliver projects that generate benefits across the enterprise and the world at large. I want us to, take, particular note of, this postulate here, this paragraph, which says that, you know, the change you desire by embarking on a social impact project, you know, it cannot happen by chance. You know, so to truly make a difference, your organization or you as an individual must examine the social impact of your project from the start. Only then, with meticulous planning and tracking, can you deliver those projects that generate benefits across the enterprise and the world at large. Of course, we are talking about how do we fund these projects. It's important to note that, you know, funding, as difficult as it may look or sound in our part of second nature to some other clients. And by that, I want you to just take a peep at what is happening in the UK. Though we say times are hard, but according to the Charities Aid Foundation of the UK, people and organizations gave 11.3 billion British pounds to charity in 2020 and 10.6 billion British pounds to charity in 2019. Okay? What that tells you invariably is that in certain climes, in certain societies, you know, giving to charity is more or less their nature, or it's native to them. You could say that. Why don't we experience, you know, similar trends on our sides? Why is it that our schools are struggling, our hospitals are struggling, our social services are struggling, our non-profit sector is struggling, even social enterprise, you know, in most cases are struggling?